Science jerks. Science jerks. Science jerks. The rate of change in acceleration of science. Science jerks.
Welcome to the Science Jerks. This is Dave Chacho. I'm here with my co-host Robert Chan.
Hi.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good. How about you?
Feel all right?
Yay!
Feel kind of sciencey?
Yeah.
You in a science mood?
Yeah. The NASA thing when they were there,
I'm
and they
very
were
excited
talking to
about
people.
the thing.
Was that exciting
with
to
the NASA.
you? Was it
Which
when they
one?
used words to make people
The
happy?
one where they explored something?
Yes.
I love that. That was a great
awesome.
story.
That was.
Voyager probe. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit.
Ooh, yeah.
What you got on the horizon here?
Talking about how it turns out the sticks and stones can break your bones and words can hurt you. So your mom lied to you.
Yeah, I feel like I've known that sort of in the back of my head, but I'm glad it's confirmed.
There's science to back it up.
I'm glad there's been a study, finally. And we are here with a special guest from the hilarious podcast, Jordan Jesse Go, a writer, a comedian, and actor, Jordan Morris. Welcome.
Hey guys, nice to be here.
Good to have you.
Chacho and Chan.
That's right.
I like that. Has a kind of a fun morning radio sound to it.
Chan of the Chach.
Johnny and Jed,
Ooh.
coming at you.
Chacho and the Chan. I can be your like slutty weather girl if you want to.
Always.
Yeah.
But we don't like to do that because then
Slutty traffic girl.
Well, no, the slutty traffic girl definitely.
Okay.
But the Chacho and the Chan, because then people will either try and spell Chacho with a CH or Chan with a CI, and either way, it's not going to come up in Google.
Oh, okay. So you're negging this idea based on spelling confusion.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just saying it's a marketable idea.
But I'm
Potential spelling confusion.
How many careers have you thrown out the window just based on possible spelling mistakes?
Well, there was the time that I tried to be a chiaroscuro artist. This is the part that gets edited
someone
out.
offered me a job as a blowjob tester, but but I'm afraid people would think it was a below job. I don't know. I can't. You don't want
People
to test those.
might Google search below job,
Yeah,
and they just
and
wouldn't
think you would.
find
You're
my
some
webpage.
sort of sanitation worker who worked
Sure.
below, and
Right. Yes, in the underrealms.
right.
With the Morlocks and the chud.
Google
Also a job
slutty.
that I
Have
tried
you ever
out.
gotten a blowjob from a chud though?
No,
To be fair, I think you're poo-pooing it before you've had a chance.
No, I'm sorry,
Again,
because if I put a chicken leg, a fried chicken leg into my mouth, I would bite it. If you put your ding dong in a cannibal's mouth, almost certainly they would bite it off. Why
don't
would
know
they
that.
not?
I think that's just a bad. I think the chud is a very tender lover.
I've
He
gotten-
will eat you after it's done. Like after he's climaxed and you've climaxed,
like a-
he will eat you. But for the duration of the lovemaking, the chud ceases to be
Now,
cannibalistic.
are all cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers male?
Well, they're kind of
chuds?
like pansexual. I think they're like
They're all
the Navi
hermaphrodites?
from Avatar.
They're
all-
no. They was like a boy and a girl.
Yeah, but I get the sense they all just fucked. You know.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
they you know
You got a real strong
you
bisexual
tie your
vibe off of 'em.
yeah oh
Think that
totally
chuds,
totally
like plug their brains into like vines coming out of the walls to interact with Mother Earth.
I mean, I think chuds just like to get it on. I think chuds just like to get their dicks wet.
What
you know?
else are you going to do underground while you're underground dwelling? Are there other things to do?
Well,
you can't get cable
there's
down
cannibalism
there.
and
You
there's
can't play
blowjobs.
You can't video games.
What else do you need?
Cannibalism and blowjobs.
I mean, that's a pretty full day.
Heliology.
The Voyager is almost there. So close.
believe it prefers to be referred to as Voyager.
The Voyager 1 is almost out of the solar system. This is Chacho with Chan and our guest Jordan Morris. And for years, we've been just kind of waiting for the Voyager spacecraft to get out of the solar system, and nobody's quite sure when it's going to. NASA just released a report last week that said it's pretty close still not there.
You know, I don't really know anything about this particular space probe. What is its aim? What is it designed to do?
You know what it is, right? It's the one where they put the big old gold record into it, and there's the picture of the Vitruvian Man, and,
right?
Like all that stuff. So like if they ever run into aliens, and like here's what we sound like, and here's
for real.
that's right.
There's literally a vinyl record or a gold vinyl style record album that they could play human sounds.
Because they assume that aliens are big like audiophiles,
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're like, oh, I don't listen to transmissions from other worlds unless it's on vinyl.
There's a gold 8-track in there too,
right? You're supposed to hear the imperfections. That's my impression of the world's snobbiest alien.
So the Voyager spacecraft, there was 2 probes, and they were launched in 1977, and they did some flybys of Saturn and Neptune and some planets on the way out. I think one of them did hit Uranus.
I said Uranus. Don't drag this down in the gutter. Don't be that. Come on.
Are you saying we're above making a Uranus joke?
Not this early in the show, for God's sakes.
That's for the science jerks after dark.
We will revisit Uranus.
It's like Cinemax late night. You guys have the family friendly version of the podcast.
Right.
And
if
then
you have any kids in the room, tell them they have about 15 minutes left before
a
Uranus
joke they would
jokes.
find very funny is said. Just get rid of that audience that would love that.
It's going to be all science.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Purely educational, and then the double entendres.
So these probes have been flying around since the 70s, and their job is kind of done. I mean, they were made to take measurements of planets on their way out, and now they're just kind of floating away, but they're still transmitting back. The miraculous thing is we're still getting data from them. Nobody really knows what happens when you get to the external extents of the solar system, because nobody's ever been there.
The idea is sort of like there's the heliotrope where all the shit that the sun is kicking out sort of butts up against like the interstellar winds and stuff. That's sort of like cosmic rays.
Yeah,
that's all that stuff is interstellar, and the sun keeps most of it out.
And the cool thing is, like, the sun is actually moving through a stream of outer space, and the sun has a wind. Particles come off the sun at like 2 million miles per hour, and they go out for like 100 to 150 AU, which are astronomical units, which is the distance from the Earth to the sun. So like 150 times our distance to the sun is where they think approximately the solar wind ends and the outer space begins. But nobody's sure yet.
It's strange that they put in a representation of humanity, but is that representation of humanity just based on the 70s? Like, right. Is there like should we have some way to music? Yeah, there's a Free to Be You and Me record in there, and the aliens are going to get in and go, "Wow, these guys are pussies." Going to want to come back and give us all wedgies.
If memory serves, there is a little disco on there. I'll
okay,
have to look that up.
No disco, but the golden record does include Beethoven, Mozart, Stravinsky, Blind Willie Johnson, Chuck Berry, Chinese zither player Guan Pinggu, and Indian vocalist Kesar Bai Kirkar.
Shouldn't we update this pod every, 10 years just to make sure that the aliens are getting our best stuff, you know?
When we run into aliens, would you rather they know us as an ABBA-loving people or a Kesha-loving people?
Oh, that's a great point. That is a terrific point.
I mean, say what you will about disco. Benny and Bjorn were some great songwriters.
Okay,
they knew how to make a tune.
Yeah, and I guess pop music now is just disco but worse.
Right, disco with autotune.
Yeah, disco with songs about butt fucking. I mean, I guess there was the Village People, but their songs weren't overtly about butt fucking.
But they've probably had autotune in outer space for hundreds of years. So
that's just what people. I mean, they're all robots up there, right? That's what they sound like.
If they're listening to records, they're gonna say like, "Where's the real music?"
These people are so far behind.
Oh, that's right.
I want the real deal. I want the sound.
Yeah, they want. Sure, I mean,
you think they're classicists?
Captain Beefheart.
They've already invented autotune and gotten over it, and they're back to the old style of singing.
Yeah, I guess if you're a robot,
through their robot alien mouths.
Yeah, maybe they sing into some sort of filter that makes the singing more imperfecting. Like
auto-tune.
Yeah.
It makes it sound
like, we want somebody who's not really on pitch.
We're really
Just a
into music
little
that makes
off.
it sound like we're not robots.
I mean, they come, but they would just blow their load at like bad karaoke down here. They're like, it's amazing. the pitch isn't perfect.
This is so non-robotic.
Yeah.
There's actually a book called Year Zero. It's just about how nobody else in the universe can make music except for us, and so that's then they run into copyright laws, and very funny.
Gotcha. So
This is a fact.
So this might be
documentary.
Yes, this did happen. This actually did happen.
This might be a really dumb question, but this probe isn't planning on coming back, right? Like it's not like if aliens don't intercept it, it's not planning on just coming back to Earth,
Not
right?
until it circles the entire universe and comes back and hits us on the back of the head.
The universe is a globe, right? It's circular. We're an Earth inside of a giant globe.
It might be,
Okay.
as far as we know. So it's gonna just keep going until it burns out. I think it has a plutonium core, so it can run for probably 100 years or something.
It will last until 2020. They will have to start shutting systems down, and then by 2025 it'll be shut off completely.
Okay. That'd be funny if it came back and just was full of alien dick pics.
Have you not?
Sociobiology.
Chan here with Dave Chacho, Jordan Morris. So, of course, this story stuck out to me because, like, I don't know how many times as a child my mother said, sticks and stones. Just say sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt me. And I took that to heart, and I made it through. I made it through my schooling
Was she
years.
beating you when she said things like that?
Well,
With
yeah.
sticks and stones.
Both.
Sticks and stones may break your bones, but parental abuse will make you stronger. Shut up and
hurt
take it.
And stones hurt, but you stupid idiot, these words I'm telling you don't hurt.
Yeah, these are. Yeah, I mean, of all three of these things, I prefer the insults.
On a sliding scale, which
Sure.
would you rather have?
Your mom was just conducting science, apparently.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
And we have the result right in front of us, a broken man.
You get a comedian. Yes. Here's the experiment they did. There was a little game called Cyberball. You're playing it with two other people that are in separate rooms, and it's like a sort of a game of catch, except that the other two people were robots, and they found that once the computer started not throwing it to the person anymore, the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex started going off, which is
The pussy cortex.
So this is just like the meanest video game
yes.
ever.
So it's a video game that leaves you out.
Right,
It has fun
exactly.
without you.
That's the whole
Plays
point of
keep
it.
away with
It's
you.
like fun.
Yeah,
fun.
it's a game of Smash Brothers where no
nobody's
one will
playing
fight you.
with me. A game of Halo where the aliens aren't interested in attacking you.
Hey guys, I'm sniping here. Where are you going? I can't.
Yeah, God, we have somewhere we need to be.
Oh yeah, we've got so many
man.
other people to fight.
There's this other guy that's calling me a faggot, and I got to go kill them. I'm sorry.
sorry.
You're just not very interesting. This portion of the brain is actually a part of the brain's pain network, like the actual physical pain.
Oh,
network.
interesting. So the feeling of being left out is similar brain-wise than the feeling of getting hurt? Is
Yeah,
that-
of like
Literally
actual pain.
painful.
Wow.
Yeah. One of the things that sort of clued them in and they started following down this path is when they did some animal studies with little rat pups. When they separated them from their mother, they found that morphine not only relieves pain, but it also assuaged some of those feelings of grief of that separation there.
They're recommending morphine when you go off to college.
Yes.
You leave your family.
Yes.
A steady regimen
Start
of
on
morphine.
I don't think there's anybody here at this table, and probably anybody who is listening to a science podcast, that doesn't understand that booze and pills will make things better.
Right. Oh, that would be cute with a rat with a little bottle of booze. that sounds very cute.
No, that is part of the. That is
Oh,
part
okay.
of the. Yeah,
They get drunk at a little rat bar.
It's just teeny tiny little balls with
mini
those little
shot
X's on them.
Yeah.
Little bitty joints. They can smoke behind the school.
Rat school.
The little
That's
rat
funny.
school.
Just have create a whole civilization for these rats.
The little mice over there that are playing keep away with the little other mouse's hat.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
they
no,
go around back.
It's funny. It seems like when we were kids, it seems like I think we all heard sticks and stones, but I think we're kind of the time we're living in now. It's like people are super super conscious of like cyberbullying, and there's the whole "it gets better" thing, which is sort of about bullying, So it seems like
it
people
doesn't get better for kids. Seriously,
it's
just
always this
keeps
bad.
Going.
But you have money to buy booze.
Yes.
That's why it gets better.
Eventually, you'll be 21, and it will be legal to
Yes.
make yourself happy.
Sure.
Get your weed card, and then it does
move to California,
actually
get a
better.
medical weed card. Yeah, so I guess it does get better.
So long as you live in California, Washington, or Colorado.
There you go.
Otherwise, you're fucked.
So yeah, no, it seems like that's kind of cool, and I kind of wish that was more the popular, attitude when I was a kid. That like, hey, you're not getting beat up, but yes, this is causing some damage.
Yeah, well, now that we're learning more and like, oh, yeah, it's not just like, oh, you'll get over it. It's like, oh, there's actual physical or physiological reasons for this. It may be partially genetic. People with little mutations in their opioid receptors are more prone to depression, feelings of rejection and whatnot. Those parts of the brain just go off more.
It's like an actual gene that is either on or off that makes you more susceptible
Partly.
to emotional pain.
Some of it is, if
Because I've got like 7 of them.
You cannot take criticism at all. You can't handle even the slightest disappointment.
What do you mean by that?
When Pinkberry
Ask
gets
you
rid
on
of
my
the
podcast and you tell me I can't take criticism?
Dave, there's some whiskey over there at the bar.
Yeah.
Go ahead and have some.
God.
I don't envy you when Pinkberry takes away the cinnamon spice holiday yogurt, because he is going to be fucking impossible to deal with. Every year when McDonald's gets rid of the McRib,
I don't
pure
actually eat it.
disappointment.
I just knowing it's there gives
Sure,
me pleasure, and knowing that they're taking it away hurts me deeply.
There are McRib receptors in your brain. That's down here.
Is that another mutation?
Yeah, there's a.
That's a
there's
mutation
diagram
that's
over it.
actually caused by eating McDonald's, though.
Garbology.
Good news for cigarette smokers and litterers.
And birds.
Chacho here with Chan and our guest Jordan Morris.
Hey.
This article from New Scientist says that urban birds are using the benefits of cigarette butts.
I believe they prefer to be called boids. They're urban birds.
That might be racist against birds. I don't know.
No.
It's birds going to all these Tyler Perry movies. Okay.
I wish those
Oh,
birds
so-
would stop talking during the movies all the time. And they'd be bad drivers.
See, now you just made it racist.
Now it's racist.
We were
It
skirting
was not before.
We were implying, and you just had to go.
You're
around
okay
it.
with comparing them to black stereotypes but not Asian stereotypes? Is that what you're saying? Or are you just upset that they were both you?
Fair enough.
Cigarette butts, it turns out, are good for birds' nests, it seems.
So basically, birds just grab what the fuck ever and just make nests out of them.
Yeah, they're
What about a discarded homeless man's condom?
those are probably good too.
What is it about a cigarette that makes it good?
Wait a
bird's
minute.
nest
Those-
material?
Are you saying that homeless people are bothering to wear condoms when they're having sex?
Okay, I feel
Someone's
like
discarding them.
I do a weekly hike through Griffith Park, and basically without fail, I see just a discarded condom.
Griffith
I'm
Park-
assuming those are homeless people's.
Griffith
Although
Park,
I don't know.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Beautiful nature.
Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful.
people with homes that would have sex in Griffith Park will bring the condoms back home with them, clearly.
Yeah.
No, people who would go and have sex out in the open under the beautiful stars or the
Right.
trees or whatever
But
are
maybe
going
it
to
is.
feel bad immediately afterwards, just discard it and then run.
Sure.
Before they get caught.
Well, I was going to say. I mean, I guess I'm jumping to assume that the condom was from a homeless person. I guess you could just be a thrill-seeking homed couple who are like looking for,
Or just
a
a
new
single
thrill.
guy who's having a walk through the park. And
Sure.
Assuming two homeless
Didn't want to
people-
accidentally get a squirrel pregnant who would have to wander through his,
Or somebody
his
who's-
leavings.
who's really adverse to throwing condoms in the trash at their house, walked to Griffith Park.
Oh yeah, maybe it's
throw it
like
out.
maybe it's like a
They didn't want
husband
their
who's
mom
been
to find
cheating,
out.
or
Yeah.
or mom.
Oh, that's a good idea for cheaters out there.
Why do you
Hurl
think
your condoms into a public park. Blame it on a homeless guy.
if a homeless guy were having sex,
Yeah.
what would make you think that he would spend the $1, $2 or whatever to buy a condom rather than
Because you're
buy
having sex
food
with a
and then
homeless
have
lady.
sex?
I might buy the condom before I'd buy food.
How is it going to get any worse for you?
Well,
You're
condoms
homeless.
are free for
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you
Oh yeah, but you could just go to wherever. I bet they don't
to
want.
wherever.
Yeah, like a homeless shelter or
Do homeless
Planned
shelters hand out condoms?
Planned Parenthood. I guess you can get some free
you're
condoms.
out of the closet. Are you still buying your condoms like a sucker?
Yeah, no, just dress up like a homeless man.
Okay.
Wander into a
Hold on, I'm
shelter.
taking notes. Slow down. Yeah.
You could save literally thousands of dollars a month. I don't know how much sex you have. I'm assuming it's...
I could
have
save
so many-
literally dollars a year. Annually, I could save $6 or $7.
Yeah, wow.
They're the crappiest condoms that you get in the free out of the closet box, but I always grab a couple whenever I go just to give the illusion to the people around me that I might be having
They're like,
sex.
hey, that guy's getting some of the
That
free
guy's
condoms.
Clearly going to have sex.
All right,
If
because if
you're-
there's anybody you want to impress, it's someone who works at a
somebody-
thrift store.
No, someone who works at out of the closet.
Right.
Which means if you're picking up condoms from out of the
gay
closet,
thrift store.
they're assuming that you're going
Sure.
to have gay sex. Not that that's a bad thing.
That's what
but
they
it's
were thinking?
Probably going to send a signal that you may not want to be giving out.
But when I'm grabbing them, I'm going, I'm not gay!
This is going in a pussy.
These are
Going in a pussy.
These are for pussies.
100% chance that if you're screaming that out of the closet,
Yeah.
you are 100% closeted and looking for gay sex.
Yeah, that's code, basically.
My wife, which I have, does not want me having gay sex.
So
Just
I
so
will
you
not.
know.
And I definitely won't be out in my car in 5 minutes with my pants down.
I
Anyway.
feel like you're going to be dropping this particular podcast off on like cheap thumb drives, just leaving them at out of the closets around the town, you know, or just like at the Abbey or wherever else.
Sure, these are
drop it
all
off at
famous
bars.
gay
Is that a good-
locations
is that a
in
good
Los
pickup
Angeles.
Move, just dropping your podcast off
Whoops.
at gay hotspots.
Oops, drop something,
Rolling-
sailor.
Oh.
Just going down West Sunset Boulevard. Just
Sure.
like
Whose
fling,
thumb
fling,
drive
fling.
is that? Why don't you put it into your PC and take a listen?
Just going to leave a little something for you.
Little thumb drive. You like podcasts, right? What about it? What about the cigarette
it
butt
around.
makes it good for a bird's nest?
Apparently, the cigarette butt, not just a cigarette, it has to be a smoked cigarette butt.
Okay.
And so it has the
So you
nicotine
can't just.
intolerant.
So I like to go and just hurl down unsmoked cigarettes. So
Yeah,
that
don't
is not
do that.
helping anyone.
If you're trying to save the environment and birds, smoke the
Right,
cigarettes
okay.
first, then throw the butt on the ground. And apparently it wards off mites and pests.
Oh, huh,
It
okay.
gets rid of bugs.
Well, yeah, nicotine
Probably
is,
because it smells so horrible that
Yeah.
the bugs are just like, I'm outta
nicotine
here.
is what is it? It's some sort of, it's not a neurotoxin.
It's a stimulant.
But it has it is toxic. Like bugs don't eat tobacco plants because
Makes you feel like God.
well, yeah, when you dry it and roll it up and whatnot. But I mean, to a mite who is much smaller than you, that nicotine is probably going to have a deleterious effect on it.
Also,
What about a discarded joint? Does that have the
That
same effect?
attracts mites.
Oh, okay.
Mites is all over that shit.
the mites hang out in the little rat cages and
Yeah,
smoke
no,
the
They
little-
play tiny Xbox.
Getting all high and mighty.
Oh,
High and
boy.
mites. Getting high and mighty.
Oh, okay.
I don't-
See, I didn't get that.
Love it. Love it.
It's time for a quiz.
It's time for a quiz. We are here with Quizmaster Elizabeth Ebeling, and she is going to be dropping some science on us, and we are going to be hopefully catching it, but possibly falling on our ass. as we have been
Chacho
known
Chan
to do.
here with Jordan Morris.
Hey,
Hit us, Elizabeth.
All right, first question of the night. What's another name for Wi-Fi? Is it A, 801.12 networking, 801.22 networking, or 802.11 networking?
I mean, just judging by my apartment building, another name for it is Linksys. Doug's 420 Wi-Fi.
All right, what's the answer?
Wi-Fi is also referred to as 802.11 networking.
I got it, and not just because I guessed, because I knew it.
Yeah. What does that stand for? Do you know?
Ooh.
No idea.
Okay.
It was the one I remembered because it was the last one she said.
I was 1.01 off.
It's just the frequency in which it's using to create a connection that requires no wires. That's all. All right, number 2, a wireless network uses blank waves to transmit signals. Is it A?
Butt waves? Move on.
Is it A, mechanical, B, radio, or C, sound?
And the answer is
The answer is, like cell phones, TVs, and radios, a wireless network uses radio waves.
Hey!
Yeah.
You know, I guessed that one because I used my home Wi-Fi to download the movie Radio, starring Cuba Gooding Jr.
Which sentence best describes the known dimensions of physics? Is it A, there are two known dimensions, matter and antimatter? B, we live in a multi-dimensional universe with infinite dimensions? C, there are four known dimensions, length, height, width, and weight? Or D, there are four known dimensions known as length, height, width, and time?
We're not getting into string theory here. Because that says 11.
What's the answer?
All right, the answer is D.
What?
There are four known dimensions, length, height, width, and time.
Oh.
I just wrote ass, gas, or grass. Nobody writes for free.
Did you get that wrong?
Well, I did because, yeah, I mean, I know about those four dimensions, but I assumed also, I'm vaguely aware of, 11 dimensions, so I figure, there's probably a shit ton of other dimensions that they're not talking about because 11's already blowing my mind. So, there's 11. That's all you need to know. There's some other math. Don't worry about it. So I just assumed that I was dumbing.
And I actually wrote out my joke answer. I just want you guys. To see that.
Legitimate.
The folks at home, I wrote out my joke answer.
I want to give you a point just for
Thank you.
committing to it.
You should. I deserve one.
All right, next question. Our universe is dominated by A, ordinary matter, B, dark matter, C, dark energy, or D, equal amounts of all three?
Crap.
Oh, I forgot which is which.
Right, yeah, that's probably.
I'll just write the thing.
All right, what's the answer?
The answer is C, dark energy.
God damn it!
No.
I couldn't remember if it was
Really?
dark energy or dark matter. Did you write dark matter?
I wrote dark matter.
Yeah, what'd you write?
I wrote D. I wrote equal amounts, but I was secretly hoping that the answer was love.
Well, it's because 25% of the cosmos is composed of mysterious material scientists don't fully understand, and they call it dark matter. They know that there is also known gravity between which stops galaxies from flying apart, and that's basically dark energy. So,
And they're just saying there's a higher quantity of dark energy than dark matter?
yes. Yeah, and that's what the whole next year is actually going to be devoted for by CERN, is that they're 70% of the universe is dark energy, really, and it repulses forces that oppose gravity, and it causes the expansion of the universe to accelerate. So it's what we're focusing our time on in this next year.
I know I am.
I'm just going to try and lose a little bit of weight.
Another word for both dark matter and dark energy is we don't fucking know what.
Yeah, why don't we just call it that?
That's right. Good point.
Let's call it WTF.
Yeah, I think if you don't know what something is, just give it a really sinister name.
This is
matter.
we're on the fifth question, and it's all tied up.
Oh boy,
Oh, goodness.
this is dramatic.
Close race, 2
All right,
to 2.
number 5, the big 5. What are pheromones? Pheromones. Are they
Fermions?
A, fundamental particles of matter, B, hard subatomic solids, or C, groups of particles that have the same charge or mass?
All right, what's the answer?
The answer is A, fundamental.
Oh no!
With the guessing, comes through in the clutch. What did you put, Jordan?
I put B.
So the total at the end of this first round of intellectual battle, Chan got 3, Dave got 3, Jordan got 2. So it's pretty tight.
Close
It's pretty
race.
tight. Tune into the next episode
Have
and
to
find
wait
out
a few days
who takes it.
for the conclusion.
Of course, we're going to find out in just a few minutes. But you gotta wait.
Don't tell them how the magic works.
You gotta wait. This is how the sausage is made.
No, we don't want to know.
Thanks for being with us, Quizmaster Liz.
Hey, where can they find you online?
You can find me at 24 Starfleet on Twitter, or Chupa Motherflicking Cabra at facebook.com.
Wait a minute, is it actually Chupa Mother Flickin' Cabra?
Flippin'.
Mother flipping cabra?
Mother?
Yeah.
Mother.
Oh, Chupa.
Chupa Mother Flippin' Cabra at facebook.com.
That sounds like the world's worst roller derby name.
I would not want to fight that roller derby.
That's true. That's true.
I would.
Sexology.
Children of Men is coming true in France, maybe. This is Chacho with Chan and our guest Jordan Morris. And French scientists are reporting that French sperm counts are dropping off at sort of an alarming rate.
Did Children of Men happen in France?
That was based in the UK, but
they don't have
there's
to
a
worry.
worldwide epidemic in that movie.
Whoa. Oh. So did this just happen in France, or is this everywhere?
Well, they're saying this could be everywhere. I mean, I don't know if anyone has corroborated this evidence in a different country. It was published in a French journal, and they're saying that sperm counts have been dropping 2% every year since 1989. They started measuring.
Yeah, it seems like this is going to be like a frat guy having a one-night stand. His excuse for not wearing a condom is going to be, it's cool, I'm French.
It's all right.
It's cool, I'm
I am
French.
French.
I can, just
My
doing a bad
sperm.
French accent.
What are you saying about the accent I just did?
Oh, I forgot. Oh, you're fragile.
No, he's saying that you have a low sperm count. is what
I'm
he's
saying, yeah, your sperm is weak.
Well, yeah,
It just tasted kind of watery is the thing.
Right.
maybe it's global. Maybe we won't have to wear protection anymore. Hope.
Yeah, I guess that's the good thing.
Maybe we'll all be sterile.
The movie Children of Men, it was so bleak, it was so depressing, but, there is an upside, and that's no more condoms.
Oh, so much
True.
sex in the streets.
Yeah. AIDS for everybody.
And such long camera
shit,
shots.
we forgot about AIDS.
Well, we're getting that. We're taking care of that. So by the time
Okay.
Children of Men comes around,
Okay.
we'll have taken
Cure
care
for
of
AIDS.
AIDS. This so far is just one study that found one country has a lower sperm count. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the entire world.
Yeah.
That doesn't even necessarily mean that it's been corroborated by anybody else. So it could just be an anomaly. Because they took it from people who came in for in vitro labs, clinics, whatever you call them, the places where you jerk off into a jar. So those people
Yes, but
may be
this was-
self-selecting bad sperm producers.
One reason that there aren't a lot of other studies like this is most studies study guys who have a fertility problem. This is a study of just normal 35-ish-year-old guys for the past 20-some years have just been precipitously falling off. And
Do they attribute it to anything? Is it diet? Is it pants tightness? What is the theory?
Them some
they
tight ass
do
pants
like
in
tight
France.
pants. Or maybe it's like striped shirts.
Yes.
Ooh.
Riding a bike with a
Riding
basket that
bike
has
with
a baguette
beret
in it.
And a baguette.
Okay, 10 years ago, they started tracking this and found that it was dropping 2% a year. When did Johnny Depp move to France? Because I'm pretty sure it was right around that time.
So you're saying that maybe Depp's giving off a level of radiation?
Depp
Or
is...
he's just throwing off the whole curve by having such low sperm count.
I just think that he is such a man that he just makes everybody
he's
else
scaring the other sperm.
Yeah,
The sperm are afraid to come out.
I guess I don't consider Johnny Depp masculine. I mean, I know a lot of women want to have sex with him, but I consider him kind of delicate and mincing.
but I'm just saying that look, if
He might
every
be-
woman around you, an entire country...
That's true. No, that's true.
Who do the women want to have sex with? This is the important thing.
Sure.
Do you look like Johnny Depp?
I don't.
Do you look like Johnny Depp?
Yeah. They can't see
You
me.
do look a little bit. You do look a little bit like Johnny. It's the magic of podcasting. That's fine.
Don't look at the page with our pictures on it.
Theater of the mind. What we need to do is check to see if in the United States, since he's left, the sperm counts
Oh
have gone
yeah.
up.
So just an area around Johnny Depp, a radius of 100 miles.
So we just start taking samples on the exact opposite corner of the earth from Johnny
I guess
Depp.
if this was true, Tim Burton would be sterile. We
Does he
should
have
probably.
kids?
We should probably. I think Tim Burton has kids. Yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah. Doesn't he live in Here's the thing I think I know about Tim Burton that is maybe wrong. Is he's like common law married to Helen Bonham Carter, and they have separate houses though.
Confirmed.
but they're like right next door to each
I
other.
feel like Tim Burton has never had sexual intercourse.
Right, I
don't
feel
know
like
that
he
he's
just
gay or straight or whatever. I
Sure.
just feel like he's a guy that's just never done that.
he just him and a woman just roll around on a pile of antique music boxes. Like, well, we had sex,
room
and the woman's
painted-
like, that wasn't sex.
in a room painted black with,
Right,
with
Edward Gorey woodcuts.
blue lights. And
Honestly, yeah, I'd never expect him to have children. I just suspect that he has little automatons just roaming around the house.
Yeah,
just,
he probably has little claymation,
following him around, singing
claymation
little
figures.
songs.
Poor Harry Selick is there every day, just moving them, just inch by inch by inch.
This is Burton's family, so. Did anybody see the Dark Shadows?
I can't do those ironic remakes. Hey, look how stupid people in the 60s were.
Yeah, like rebooting the thing by making fun of it. Although I did think that 21 Jump Street handled it in a kind of a clever way. It's not like, the Brady Bunch movie where it's
Right.
where it's like a spoof, but they do kind of nod in some ways to the fact that it's a remake, and so you can kind of enjoy the rest of the movie. But it's not like it's not a goofy parody.
You know what I'm thinking we need to do is we need to test the sperm counts of people that have seen 21 Jump Street,
Oh yeah,
the movie.
Sure.
Test the people who watched 21 Jump Street,
The TV
original
show starring
series.
Johnny Depp. I think we got our control group.
This,
I've seen
people,
both.
is science.
So I'll just go prepare a sample right now.
No, don't jack off.
And come back.
Stop jacking off. No. Stop preparing a sample.
That's our show.
That's our show. Thank you very much to guest Jordan Morris.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Of course, you'll be back in just a few days for part 2 or part whatever episode this is.
Duh.
Part some.
But duh.
Part
The
two.
Hot Shots naming convention.
Do we even have these things numbered? I haven't even noticed if we're doing like episode 5, part 2,
Being
or
numbered
like number
sequentially
10,
as one
like-
might expect.
Okay. I've lost track of like how far ahead we are. I'm just gonna say some.
Just say next.
I prefer
Next episode
The next exciting episode of The Science Jerks.
with Jordan Morris.
Oh God! All the sperm has disappeared. Johnny Depp, what will we do?
Mince around. Wear a weird outfit. That's what I do.
Where can they
Not
find you
spoilers.
online?
Well, you can listen to my podcast, Jordan Jesse Go. You can get that on iTunes or at MaximumFun.org.
Excellent.
I recommend it.
Where can they find you?
I'm at Dave Chacho,
I'm at 999 RPMs.
and you can check out our website, sciencejerks.com. You can email me at dave@sciencejerks.com, Chan at sciencejerks.com.
Yes. Or Chacho, CHACHO at
No.
ScienceJerks.com, and Chan, CIAN.
You can hear you guys every morning starting at 5 a.m. on the Hot 97.
With the hot weather girl, Jordan Morris.
Oh my God, I'm still hungover.
Follow you around wherever you go.